Your car is hiding a built-in defense against a $3,000 engine disaster, and almost nobody uses it. That's not an exaggeration. Most owners drive past the solution every single day because it's tucked behind a simple menu or an old-school piece of metal under the hood. Dealerships don't rush to point this out because come back for service is a lot more profitable than prevent the problem yourself in 2 seconds. Today, I'm exposing 15 hidden features that smart drivers use to save money, avoid breakdowns, and make driving weirdly satisfying. Miss even one, and you could be paying for repairs you never needed. Let's go. Starting with number 15. The anti-glare mirror most people never touch. There's a tiny tab at the bottom of a classic rearview mirror that quietly defeats blinding headlights behind you. Flip it at night and the mirror changes angle so the harsh beam gets kicked toward your headliner instead of your eyes. It's not a gimmick, it's simple optics with a dramatic effect on comfort and reaction time. If your car has an auto-dimming mirror, it's doing that job automatically with a special layer that darkens when sensors detect bright light, like sunglasses that only show up when the glare does. Some cars pair this with dimming side mirrors so your entire rear view calms down at once. Clean your mirrors and try it on the next night drive. You'll feel the difference immediately. And if that tab looks like it's doing nothing, watch the reflection as you flip it, your eyes will thank you. Secret number 14, headlight washers and baby wipers that rescue your night vision. Dirty headlights aren't just ugly. Road film can cut usable light dramatically, turning a good headlight into a hazy glow. Many cars hide tiny washer nozzles in the bumper that spray your headlight lenses when your lights are on and you pull the windshield washer. On some models, miniature wiper blades sweep the lens. It looks funny for 2 seconds, and then you realize your beam pattern just snapped back to life. Keep the reservoir full with all-weather fluid, and don't be surprised if winter grime suddenly stops winning. Once you discover your car has this, you'll wonder how you ever drove dark, salted roads without it. Secret number 13, the color-coded map under your hood. Pop the hood and look for bright yellow, blue, or red caps. Those aren't random colors. They're a quiet invitation to handle the easy stuff. Yourself, oil dipstick and fill, washer fluid, sometimes coolant overflow on certain designs, while the heavy, dark metal components are your do not touch without proper knowledge zone. That paint-by-numbers approach is there to keep you from turning a 5-minute top-off into a 5-figure repair. If you're new to DIY, start by identifying each bright cap and learning its purpose. The more familiar those safe-to-touch spots become, the less likely you are to pay a shop to do something you can literally do in your driveway. Secret number 12, programmable auto locks and selective unlock. You can teach your doors to behave the way you want. Many cars let you enable speed locking, so doors lock once you roll away, and selective unlocking, so one press opens only the driver's door. That tiny tweak makes life calmer in crowded lots and adds a layer of personal security at night. The setup is usually a sequence of ignition turns and button presses, or a settings menu in the instrument cluster. If you share the car, test it together. One person may want everything to unlock on park. Another may prefer driver door only. Your car will do both, it just needs to be told. Secret number 11, the emergency shift lock you'll wish you found before you needed it. Dead battery, busy intersection, transmission stuck in park. Most people panic. Hidden next to the shifter is a small plastic cover. Under it is a mechanical override. Pop the cover, press the button, or insert the key where indicated, and you can shift to neutral without electrical power. That little fail-safe gets you moved to safety and saves a tow. The location varies, so find it now while you're calm. If you ever help someone else with a stalled car, this turns you into the hero who just knows what to do. Secret number 10, rain-sensing wipers that actually learn your vibe. If you've got an auto position on your stock, you probably also have sensitivity control. Dial it up if drizzle turns your windshield into fine mist and you want early swipes. Dial it down if your wipers get jumpy. Keep the area behind the rearview mirror clean, because that's where many sensors sit. Some systems even factor in how often you intervene manually and adapt to your rhythm. And here's a neat touch. A lot of cars will sweep the rear window automatically when you shift into reverse, while the front wipers are active. It's a tiny thing, but it means you see that cyclist or low curb without the extra tap. Secret number 9, mirror memory without memory seats. You might not have power seat memory, but you can still save mirror positions. On certain models, long pressing a mirror button while tapping a preset or linking the setting to a specific key fob stores your angles. The car then recognizes which key unlocks it and sets the mirrors for that driver before you even buckle up. Families love this. Tall driver, short driver, teen who sits too close. Nobody spends the first minute of every trip fighting the side mirrors. Secret number 8, the secret per-wheel tire data in your cluster. The tire light only screams when things are already wrong. The useful stuff is the individual PSI readout, usually buried in your instrument cluster menu. Scroll to vehicle info and you'll see each corner's pressure. That view is priceless for spotting a slow leak before you're stranded, or for noticing the right rear is consistently low because of a tiny nail you never saw. Healthy pressures mean better fuel economy, even where sharper steering and less heat buildup. Check it weekly. If one number drifts compared to the others, you just saved yourself a roadside headache. Secret number 7, easy fill tire. Alert your car honks when you nail the pressure. Some brands built in a beautifully simple trick. Turn the ignition on, add air, and the car gives you a honk when that tire hits the target PSI. Keep filling past the target and you'll get a different warning to back off. It's the stress-free way to get it right without juggling a cheap gauge at a noisy air pump. Even if your car doesn't honk, newer systems often update the cluster live, so you can watch the number climb to spec. The result is safer handling, shorter stopping distances, and tires that last longer instead of wearing out on the shoulders. Secret number 6, the mystery loop on your passenger belt. That stitched fabric loop near the shoulder height adjuster isn't extra material. It's designed to tear in a severe frontal crash, letting the belt feed a controlled amount to reduce chest loads and neck snap while keeping you restrained. You'll usually see it on the passenger side, not the driver, because extra belt payout near a steering wheel can be risky. Engineers obsessed over these tiny details, so a split second of controlled give protects the person you love most. It's one of those features you hope to never use, but it's always on duty. Secret number 5, remote street art, the silent climate manager. Plenty of cars can start remotely even when it's not obvious on the key fob. Some use triple lock taps, some require a long press after 2 quick locks, and many newer models offer app-based start with timers and climate presets. Use it thoughtfully. On icy mornings, it circulates oil and gets the cabin defrosted. In extreme heat, it cools the interior so the AC isn't battling a 60-degree temperature difference at startup. Know your local rules and be courteous with idling, but don't sleep on the mechanical benefits. A minute or 2 used wisely is gentler on parts than flooring a stone-cold motor out of the driveway. Secret number 4, adaptive cruise that can be you, not a robot. There's more here than set and forget. You can choose how closely the system follows, how briskly it accelerates back to speed, and in some cars, tie preferences to a driver profile. Dial it conservative for rain, snappier for an empty highway. The bonus is mental energy. Once you trust your settings, your brain gets to stop micromanaging speed and distance, which leaves more attention for the unexpected. The system isn't perfect, keep your hands and judgment engaged, but when you tune it, it starts to feel less like a machine and more like a helpful co-driver that learned your patience level. Secret number 3, the second air filter no one changes. There's an engine air filter and a cabin air filter. The cabin one is usually behind the glove box. Squeeze the sides of the glove box, let it drop, pop a small door, and the filter slides out. If it looks like a dirt brownie, that's your AC working overtime and your nose breathing dust. Replace it with a standard filter for cheap or a charcoal air filter if you want help with odors and fumes. You'll ease the load on the blower motor, improve defogging, and breathe easier in traffic. It's the easiest 10-minute maintenance job people pay $60, $100 for without realizing it's simpler than changing a light bulb. Secret number 2, the glow in the dark trunk escape. Every modern trunk has a manual release inside. It glows. Kids, elderly family members, everybody in your house should know where it is. Mechanical things can jam, power latches can fail. The internal release exists because seconds matter if someone is stuck. Some cars add secondary releases, kick sensors, or app-based unlatching. Do a 2-minute family demo. Open the trunk, show the handle, pull it so the latch clicks, and repeat so it sticks in memory. It's the cheapest safety lesson you'll ever give. Secret number 1, the 2-second engine saver most drivers ignore. Here's the one that prevents that $3,000 engine catastrophe. Check oil level regularly, either with the dipstick or the electronic oil level display in your cluster. Not oil life percentage. Oil level, those are different. Oil life is about change intervals. Oil level is about whether your engine has enough lubrication right now. Low oil leads to starvation, bearing damage, overheated turbos, timing chain wear, the expensive stuff. The habit takes 2 seconds on cars with an electronic gauge. Toggle to vehicle status, wait for the bar to populate, confirm you're between the marks. On a dipstick car, warm engine off for a moment, level ground, wipe check, make it a weekly ritual and always before road trips. If you ever see the oil pressure warning while driving, that's the red zone alert. Pull over promptly and shut it down. Catching low oil early is the difference between topping up for a few euros and rebuilding a motor. That 2-second glance is how smart drivers beat big bills. Quick pro tip while we're here. Electronic oil gauges sometimes hide behind a service or vehicle info tile in the instrument cluster, and a few brands require the engine at temperature and idling in park. Learn your car's method once, and it becomes a reflex. If your car has both a gauge and a dipstick, the dipstick is the tiebreaker. If it's low, top up with the correct spec oil in small amounts, recheck, and don't overfill. Overfilling can foam the oil and cause its own problems. Precision here is cheap insurance. 15 features, 15 fast wins. Some improve comfort, some improve visibility, and some, like the oil level check, quietly prevent the kind of engine damage that wrecks budgets. Pick 3 you'll start using today: the anti-glare mirror for night drives, the cluster's individual tire pressures for weekly check-ins, and the oil level glance every Sunday. That tiny routine puts you ahead of 95% of drivers who leave money and safety on the table without realizing it. If one of these just saved you cash or taught you something new, tell me which one in the comments. I'm collecting the best real-world tips for a follow-up. And if you want more, your car is also hiding buttons that most owners never touch. One of them changes how your engine responds with a single press. Tap the next video and I'll show you where they are and how to use them without wasting a cent.